Hey guys, welcome back to Down the Stretch. Today I'm going to be looking at a horse that I think is going to be a very decent horse for the remainder of 2025 if he stays sound. It's GIRVANO, trained by Jason dacosta. The first thing that caught my eye with this GIRVANO was his bloodline. GIRVANO is out of Girvan. Girvan was the 2017 winner of the Haskell and the Louisiana Derby. He also participated in the Kentucky Derby, but he was unplaced there. He also, I think he was second in the Ohio Derby, and he also won the Risen Star Stakes. Girvan is out of Tail of Icati, who traces back to Stormcat, who was a champion sire many years ago. Stormcat is the grandson of the stallion that revolutionized the breeding industry, Northern Dancer. And Girvan's dam is Summer in Midtown, who is out of Summerfront. Summerfront traces back to Danzig. Danzig, also another fantastic stallion back in the 70s, who is the son of also Northern Dancer. Here's a photo of GIRVANO as a yearling before he was purchased by Jason dacosta. So as you can see, a very attractive looking young colt. Now let's revisit his 4 starts since coming to Jamaica. GIRVANO made his debut on the 21st of December at Caymanas Park as a 2-year-old. He was sent off as the 4-5 favorite in that event, but ran up into Mr. Philip Fiani's supernatural power. And boy, did that horse run.
They're off and racing. Flag of Victory misses it and left at the back of the field. Rushing down on the outside, that's Nephew. Right against the rail, that's Almastilis. Right there, too, that's Supernatural Power in between horses. And Supernatural Power leads them past the 5. It's Supernatural Power from Almastilis. Right there on the outside, that's Fearless Mission. Coming down to join Fearless Mission, that's GIRVANO. Then comes a Nephew. Just behind those on the outside, that's Quantum Star, and right against the rail, that is a Flag of Victory. They head towards the 3, and it is a Supernatural Power. Wow, this one is full of power. About 10 lengths in front, and could have destroyed this field from the top of the lane. It's Supernatural Power in the hands of the Sneaky Fox Radish Roman coming to the furlong and a half pole with a good looking lead. GIRVANO is chasing down into second, but Supernatural Power is not for catching today. And the Supernatural Power is going on. Supernatural Power and Radish Roman. He has 2 on the day. Supernatural Power, impressive indeed. Double digits. Second to GIRVANO. Looks like Nephew hanging on for third.
So was beaten by 11 lengths by the above average Supernatural Power in 1:11 and 3. And the final 5.5 furlongs ran by Supernatural Power there was 1:03 and 2, which is super impressive. So GIRVANO lost nothing in defeat as he covered the last 5.5 furlongs in 1 minute 6 and 1. He made his second appearance 3 weeks later at the same 6.5 furlongs, but this time facing his very fast stablemate Fred the Master, and after an awkward beginning, ran on well for second.
They're off and racing. That's a beautiful line. As the 3 horses vying for that lead. Mighty Gully on the outside, right against the rail. That is Fred the Master. Just behind them, though, that is Flag of Victory, hustling up and coming forward. That's a Fearless Mission. And about 4 lengths left out of it. That's GIRVANO. Mighty Gully charging on that lead. About 3 lengths opening up on this field. Mighty Gully in front of racing in second. That's Fred the Master. Fearless Mission right against the rail is third, just on his outside. That is Flag of Victory. And coming and recovering after that break, that is GIRVANO. They head towards the 2.5 furlong point, and now Fred the Master assumes the lead from Mighty Gully fighting on in second. Fred the Master out in the middle of the track and looks to be full of run. It's Fred the Master beginning to pull away from these. Mighty Gully left back against the rail in third, also coming on. That's GIRVANO, but it is Fred the Master in front and beginning to pull away from these. Fred the Master is Omen Drive. Fred the Master and Robert Hallidine running up the score for the champion trainer Jason dacosta. Fred the Master by about 6. GIRVANO is second. Then comes a Fearless Mission.
So 2 starts and 2 seconds for GIRVANO. This time, Fred the Master ran 1:12 and 3, but GIRVANO improved his final 5.5 furlongs as he finished his last 5.5 in 1:05 Was given a 5-week break by trainer Jason dacosta, came back in a 6.5 furlong event against a competitive field, was poorly drawn on the extreme outside, post 13, wide the entirety of the race, still managed to finish second but was awarded the race after repeated interference by the eventual winner. Nephew was disqualified.
They're off and racing. Miss Grove misses it and is left at the back of the field as a strong mind goes into an early lead. Bowmore attacking on the inside. Then comes a Nephew right there. Wayne's Cherry Links is on the rail, overtaken by El Masti List. Going down into it, that's H2. Then comes a Mr. Lee. Behind Mr. Lee, we have a Gervano overtaking Princess Chris. Fearless Mission comes next. Then comes a Shine Like the Sky, My Eclipse, and racing at the back of the field, a slow starter, Miss Grove. They head towards the three, and on that lead and making the running, it's Bowmore, just the leader from Strong Mind. Watching them from third, that is Nephew. Coming on the outside, that's Gervano. H2O is also in the mix on the rail. Mr. Lee, they're coming at the top of the lane, and it is Bowmore still in front and traveling well, but coming on the outside. And now Nephew strikes the front. It's Nephew in front. Here comes Gervano. H2O is also coming on the premises. It's Gervano and Nephew and Gervano. Nephew still clinging to the lead from Gervano. H2O still coming on the rail. It's Nephew in front and resilient on that lead. Gervano trying to get to Nephew, but Nephew refusing to lose today. Nephew just beating Gervano. Then comes H2O. It got
So getting off the mark there in the steward's room, but impressively, he came from way off the pace, wide the majority of the trip, finished his last 6 furlongs in that 6.5 furlong event in 1 minute 12 and 2. He made his next start 4 weeks later, now stretched out to 7 furlongs, but stepping 2 class up with his recent conqueror and stablemate, Fred the Master, now against older horses, including the 2024 Derby third place finisher, Captain Sparrow.
Start already thereof. Mac and Rome, as usual, displays early dash. Teflon Don is right there on the premises in the early exchanges as Mac and Rome gets that lead. Fred the Master has moved quickly through to get second as they leave the 5. A break back to the trio of Captain Sparrow on the outside, overtaken by Teflon Don between horses. Gervano runs the rail. Captain Sparrow fades back second from the last. And last of all, it's a Brenda Boy as they've left the 5/8 and make their way toward the half mile. Mac and Rome out in front. Fred the Master continues to chase from second as they spin into that half-mile turn. A gap of maybe 8 or 10 lengths to Teflon Don and stablemate Gervano. Captain Sparrow is 4 lengths in behind them, but asked to make late progress. A Brenda Boy struggling at the back early as they come flashing past the 3 and are about to arrive at the 5/16. Fred the Master now tackles Mac and Rome, and the battle is brief. Fred the Master lands a body blow, and Fred the Master takes that lead from Mac and Rome. Gervano put to the stick now begins to come at Fred the Master. These two now battle for it. Mac and Rome running on the spot a bit in third. Teflon Don has more to find. Captain Sparrow can't get to them yet as they arrive at the furlong pole, and now Gervano snatches the lead from Fred the Master. It's Gervano and Shavon Townsend. He has a chance ride and he looks to be using it well. Gervano opening up over Fred the Master. Gervano wins by almost 2 lengths over Fred the Master. Then Captain Sparrow. Teflon Don is fourth.
So that was a smart-looking Gervano, stepping 2 classes up and stretching out over 7 furlongs, winning in a smart 126 and 3. His final 6.5 furlong time for that race was 118 flat. So definitely expecting good things from this son of Girvin. And Jason dacosta looks like he possibly has a champion on his hands. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. And as usual, stay safe.